Hello my dear students, welcome to Sri G.M. Lona Primary School. My dear students, in social science session, chapter 3 administration during Mahajanpada. So my dear students, first of all I want to tell you that I am not going to explain word to word from the textbook. Okay, my explanation will be very in a easy manner, in a story way. I am going to explain about the Mahajanpadas, how their features were there, how they used to collect the taxes, their administration, and how they established their cities. So my dear students, listen the explanation, listen the video, and then you can read the textbook. Open the textbook and you can read. Okay, if you that it will make you easy to understand the chapter. So my dear students, let's start. So here I want to tell you we are going to study Mahajanpadas, that is around 2100 years ago. Some Janapadas became more powerful and little bit larger. Means Janapadas means we people, yes. And you know, in ancient times the people used to wander from place to place. Then slowly they started living in families, and afterwards these people grown their groups in large, yes or no? So now Janapadas became more powerful and little bit larger. They were called Mahajanapadas. In ancient India, 16 Mahajanapadas were there. Almost everyone were on the northern part of India. In the area of Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Himachal Pradesh, Kashmir, etc. So Mahajanapadas were 16 in number, right? Now, let us study about the features of Mahajanpadas. And they were, one is called many of the Mahajanpadas. Okay, there are many of the Mahajanpadas and they had a capital city, and many of them had a large army also. And another important feature is, you know, that they have many cities. So Mahajanpadas had a huge wall around the city. That wall may be made by using bricks or woods or stones. So having a capital city, fortification and army. Okay, these three major important considering as features of Mahajanpadas. Now let us study. We will learn about three major reasons for fortification. Now fortification means what? Have you seen, my dear students, Mohenjo-daro movie? There you have seen that Mohenjo-daro city, and around the city a big huge wall, okay, was built, and this is called fortification. Okay, fort. So first one is the kings of the reason is, first one, the kings of Mahajanpadas need to protect their kingdom from the attack of outsiders. So in order to protect the kingdom, they fortified. Now the second one is to show the power and wealth of the king. And the third reason for fortification are to get easy control over the people, or the kings to control people inside the fortification. Now let us study about the taxes. So my dear students, here the taxes, 5 different types of taxes were collected by Mahajanpadas. Agriculture tax. The taxes were collected from farmers out of the product they produce. 1/6 part of this is collected, and this was called bhaga. Bhaga means a share or a portion. Second tax was collected from craft persons, means tax was collected from weaver as gold or goldsmith. And another type of tax was collected from herders. That means they have to pay any kind of animal or animal products for the ruler as the tax. And the fourth one was collected from traders. Fifth one is tax from the hunters, any kind of forest goods that includes honey or medicine. Now we'll study about the kingdom. The large kingdom was located at Magad. present the state of Bihar. Magad was the one of the important of Majanpada and a kingdom as it was 200 years of period. As it is located in Bihar, lots of rivers like river Ganga and river Son etc. flow through this area. These rivers were very helpful for the people for transportation, to collect water, to make land fertile. So two powerful kings of Magad was Bimbisara and Ajatshatu. Both of them tried the best to conquer the nearly Majanpadas to make their kingdoms larger. And this two one another king called Majananda was another important ruler at that time. The capital of Magad kingdom was at first it was called Rajagriha and now it is known as Rajgir, but later was shifted from Rajgir to Patliputra. And children, we need to study about another great ruler of Europe. I am giving you the great rulers. Who was that? Alexander the Great. So he wanted or liked to be the world conqueror, but anyhow no one is possible. He also couldn't conquer the whole world, but he conquered a lot of places in Europe and in African continents. And later he came to India. Indian area also, but by reaching near the river Bias in northern part of India, the heard about the powerful ruler in India who is able to defeat those who are coming inside our country. That's why around 2300 years ago, anyway, it also says that such powerful kings were able to defeat other attack. The attack of outsiders also were present once in India in those time, and they have also heard that the army of Indian rulers were very good soldiers, chariots, elephants, and these three major categories or divisions of army also was there for the rulers of India ruling those time. So foreign kings were also afraid to attack India. So such powerful kingdoms were once located in different part of India. So as we studied about the kingdom that is Magad kingdom, the powerful kingdom in North India. Now we come to the end of the whole chapter, that is a kind of administration that is not with a ruler, that is a place. Another important Mahajanapadas called Velji. He had a capital. Velji had a capital at Vaishali. It was not under a ruler. The government of Velji is a form of government where lots of rulers ruled together, and the government was known as Gana or Sangha. Gana or Sangha means republic. Now Gana means a group of people and Sangha means the same. Thousands of people come together to rule nation, and all that rulers were known as Rajas. Thousands of rulers ruled a country. Such type of government was existed in Velji. It is entirely different from a kingdom, and the Velji do the rituals by themselves, and also they conducted their meetings to decide of any kind of problems, and also conducted a different type of situation to solve of their country, etc. But anyway, we have that any type of Sanghas or Majanpadas. Have you seen children? Women, Dasa, Dasi and Kamkara were not allowed to participate. So my dear students, now you can read the chapter. Hope you have understood the chapter. And now you will read, you will understand more easily. So till then, bye bye.